We all know vitamin D is vital for strong bones, but for people living with diabetes, vitamin D plays a much more critical role than you might think. In this video, we'll explore why this sunshine vitamin is essential and how to meet your daily needs through sunlight, diet, and supplements. Number 1. Increased insulin resistance. Vitamin D is a key player in helping the body manage insulin sensitivity. For those unfamiliar, insulin is the hormone that allows your cells to absorb glucose from the bloodstream. In people with diabetes, particularly type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance means the body cells are not responding to insulin as effectively, forcing the pancreas to produce even more insulin just to maintain normal blood sugar levels. When you have low vitamin D, this insulin resistance becomes even worse. Studies have shown that vitamin D helps cells in the body process insulin more efficiently. Without enough vitamin D, your cells become less responsive to insulin, which leads to higher blood sugar levels. This means that even with medication, controlling your diabetes becomes a bigger challenge, as your body is less capable of processing the sugar in your blood. Number 2. Higher risk of cardiovascular disease. Low vitamin D can also lead to a higher risk of cardiovascular disease, which is one of the leading causes of death in people with diabetes. Cardiovascular disease refers to a range of heart and blood vessel issues, from heart attacks to strokes. And here's the connection: vitamin D is known to have a protective effect on the cardiovascular system. It helps reduce inflammation, regulates blood pressure, and maintains the flexibility of blood vessels. When your vitamin D levels are low, you're at a higher risk of developing inflammation in the blood vessels. This chronic inflammation leads to the hardening of arteries, a condition known as atherosclerosis, which greatly increases the chances of heart attacks or strokes. For diabetics, whose blood sugar levels can already damage blood vessels over time, having low vitamin D compounds this risk even further, creating a dangerous mix of complications. Number 3. Poor glycemic control. The third issue that comes with low vitamin D is poor glycemic control. Vitamin D helps the pancreas produce insulin, which is crucial for regulating blood sugar levels. If you're deficient in vitamin D, your pancreas may not be able to produce enough insulin to meet your body's needs, which can cause your blood sugar levels to fluctuate wildly. Think about it this way: with low vitamin D, your body is essentially fighting a two-front war. On the one hand, you have insulin resistance, meaning your cells aren't responding well to the insulin that's available. On the other hand, your pancreas is producing less insulin than it should because of the lack of vitamin D. The result? More frequent spikes and crashes in blood sugar, making it harder to maintain the stable glucose levels that are so important for people with diabetes. Over time, this instability can lead to more severe complications, including nerve damage and eye problems. Number 4. Weakened immune system. For anyone, a strong immune system is vital for fighting off infections and staying healthy, but for people with diabetes, it's even more important. Diabetics are already at a higher risk of infections due to fluctuating blood sugar levels, which can make it harder for the body to heal wounds or fight off bacteria. Vitamin D plays a crucial role in boosting the immune system's ability to fight infections by enhancing the pathogen-fighting effects of monocytes and macrophages, two types of white blood cells that are critical to immune defense. When vitamin D levels are low, your body's natural defense mechanisms are weakened, making it easier for infections to take hold and harder for your body to recover. This is why diabetics with low vitamin D are more likely to develop chronic infections, like slow-healing foot ulcers, which can escalate into much more serious problems. Number 5. Bone health and fracture risk. We all know that vitamin D is key to bone health. It helps your body absorb calcium, which is essential for maintaining strong bones. But for diabetics, this issue becomes even more pronounced. Poorly managed diabetes can weaken bones over time, putting people at a higher risk for fractures. Combine that with low vitamin D, and you're looking at an even greater risk of bone loss, fractures, and osteoporosis. In diabetics, fractures can be more serious than for the average person. Conditions like diabetic neuropathy, where nerves are damaged due to high blood sugar, can affect balance and coordination, increasing the likelihood of falls. With weakened bones, a simple fall could lead to a serious fracture, and because diabetics tend to heal more slowly, the recovery process can be long and complicated. Number 6. Mood and mental health. Known as the sunshine vitamin, vitamin D has a profound impact on regulating mood and preventing conditions like depression and anxiety. For people with diabetes, managing mental health is often an overlooked but vital part of overall well-being. Living with a chronic condition like diabetes can be stressful, and dealing with fluctuating blood sugar levels only adds to the mental burden. Low levels of vitamin D have been linked to increased risks of depression and fatigue. For someone with diabetes, this can make managing the condition feel even more overwhelming. When you're feeling low or unmotivated, it's harder to stick to healthy eating habits, exercise routines, or even regular blood sugar monitoring, all of which are essential for diabetes management. How to get adequate vitamin D. Diabetics can maintain adequate vitamin D levels by getting 10 to 30 minutes of sun exposure several times a week, ideally between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. For dietary sources, include fatty fish like salmon and mackerel, fortified foods such as milk and cereals, and egg yolks. If sun exposure and diet are insufficient, consider taking a vitamin D3 supplement, typically recommended at a dosage of 600 to 2000 IU per day, but consult a healthcare provider for personalized recommendations. Regularly check your vitamin D levels to ensure adequacy. Staying hydrated and monitoring your blood sugar in response to dietary changes are also essential for overall health. You should also watch this video on other effective ways to manage high blood sugar. And please subscribe to this channel if you find this video helpful. Thank you for watching.